Hi, my name is Amy Vinton. I decided to do my video presentation on the company Johnson & Johnson. I actually work in the healthcare field. I work at a level 1 trauma center at a hospital here in Omaha, Nebraska, and so Johnson & Johnson was very interesting to me as far as we use a lot of their products within surgery. This is for the Human Resource Management class at National American University. Johnson & Johnson overview. Johnson & Johnson is the largest healthcare business in the world. It brings products and services to life so they can advance the health and well-being of people all around the world. Johnson & Johnson has products to help make every day a little better. It can be from Band-Aids to medicines to pharmaceuticals to any healthcare medical devices, so forth. Johnson & Johnson has had many medical breakthroughs, and with those amazing breakthroughs have changed thousands of lives through medical miracles. One of Johnson & Johnson's contributing goals is for people all over the world to live longer, healthier, and happier lives. A little bit of history of Johnson & Johnson. It was super interesting going back and reading the history of how Johnson & Johnson came about. Johnson & Johnson has been around for over 130 years. Robert Wood founded Johnson & Johnson, and he was a pharmaceutical apprentice. Robert Wood developed an interest in healthcare when he was just 16 years old during the American Civil War. He was too young at age 16 to join the war, but his other two brothers joined the war, and that's where he got interest in the pharmaceutical apprentice. He actually had to stay back and work into the family's pharmaceutical area, and that's how he developed a love for the pharmaceuticals. The three Johnson brothers each brought very valuable contributes to the company. From one was very good in engineering, one was very good in advertising, and the other one was great in the product design. In 1886, Johnson & Johnson started the company in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and it's actually still, their home base is still in New Jersey. It started with only 14 employees, 8 women and 6 men. Johnson & Johnson also manufactured the world's first sterile surgical products, including sutures, absorbent cotton, gauze, ready-made dressings that decreased infection rate and saved lives. I think that was super interesting as far as working in surgery and knowing we have tons of different types of sterile supplies of who was the first one to manufacture them. Some of the products and services that Johnson & Johnson have is they have what we're mostly used to are the baby and beauty products. I apologize for this Centrix thing on the bottom. That's kind of annoying. Health and healing products, medical devices, and pharmaceutical products. So they have a wide variety of different products out there that they do manufacture. The size of Johnson & Johnson is huge. The company started with only 14 employees, but now they have over 125,000 employees in 60 countries. They are all united in the same common mission to help people everywhere in the world. Some of the competitors that Johnson & Johnson has to deal with, again, there's a lot of big names that they are in close contact with, but some of the ones I just chose out were Bayer, of course, we know with their being pharmaceutical, Pfizer, and then Novartis. Those are some of the top 3 there that are always big competitors to Johnson & Johnson. A competitive advantage, Johnson & Johnson's large size of the company gives them a larger budget for research and development. This is a huge competitive advantage since they are a larger company. They have more money to be able to get into the bigger researches and developments to better their products. Medical devices and pharmaceuticals benefit from all the research and development they put into the products, so they're always trying to improve the products to make it safer and healthier for the consumer. So again, they will, since their budget's a lot larger for the research and development, they invest that time and that money into those developments. The company has great connections with suppliers and governments all around the world. They are very well known, again, around the world. They have great connections with everybody, and they just do so much good within the world. Johnson & Johnson can keep input costs low by buying in far larger quantities than their competitors can. Again, larger quantities Johnson & Johnson is able to buy is astonishing according to some of the little competitors that can't buy that many. Competitive advantages that relates to human resources. Johnson & Johnson's offer a comprehensive and competitive benefits program to attract and retain talented employees. Based on a belief that family comes first, Johnson & Johnson's actually offer a family benefits that show strong support for the modern day family. Again, they help out with different family illnesses that come up. It doesn't have to be just one different thing or one type of cancer or illness. It's whatever comes up. They do have a benefit that will help with that. And respecting the dignity of their employees and providing equal opportunity for everyone are key tenets of their creed. Johnson & Johnson are unified by a single purpose: to change the trajectory of health for humanity. Some of the recommendations to improve Johnson & Johnson's competitive advantages is pretty hard for me because I feel like they do so many good things for their employees, for like all their benefits and so forth. But one thing that I noticed that would be kind of cool is with a highly involved HR department, I think it would be great to be able to build a program to track those employees that stand out within the company. With this added tool, they can help spot talent and advise you on how to train and educate employees so they can then get a promotion within the company. HR can be the eyes and ears for seeking out the best candidates that will push your company in a competitive advantage. Again, some of the best workers are already working for the company. It's just up to HR and to the previous workers to give them the tools and the training to better them so they can grow within the company. Another recommendation I would have would be, instead of giving bonuses or free product to employees that you hear they always get discounts and so forth, why not give them a share in the company so they feel like they are a part of a family? My conclusion on Johnson & Johnson: Johnson & Johnson being the largest healthcare business in the world, they have done an amazing job with all their products. They are always staying true to the Johnson & Johnson credo. The Johnson & Johnson credo is: we believe our first responsibility is to the doctors, nurses, and patients, to mothers and fathers, and all others who use their products and services. In meeting their needs, everything we do must be on high quality. We must constantly strive to reduce our costs in order to maintain reasonable prices. Customers' orders must be serviced promptly and accurately. Our suppliers and distributors must have the opportunity to make a fair profit. I really enjoyed getting to read up a little bit on Johnson & Johnson and kind of know a little bit of background about it, and it makes me that more excited to keep continuing using these products. I hope you like my presentation. Thank you very much.